I have a wonderfully terrible idea. Let's make a pie. I have all these bits of chocolate left over that I don't really need for anything else because I was making other things and I didn't need to use all of the chocolate, so I just used a bit of the chocolate. Look at this. I have like this chili chocolate. Whatever. So I'm gonna melt them all down and put them into a chocolate French silk pie, which I think you will enjoy. The greatest thing about this recipe is you can sub anything that's dairy. You can just sub 1 for 1 with coconut oil and you've got yourself a dairy-free, gluten-free chocolate French silk pie. We're gonna start by creaming together 2 sticks of butter or a cup of coconut oil if you're doing dairy-free with 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. While this is creaming, we're gonna melt 4 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, or Hodgepodge chocolate in my case. Now we want to switch from the paddle attachment to the whip attachment. Make sure you get all that good butter and sugar off before you switch. Now pour in your 4 ounces of slightly cooled melted chocolate. Scrape down the sides of your bowl and throw in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Give this a good mix. There's a tricky side to this recipe in that it makes you wait. The first time you have to wait is when you start incorporating the eggs. You have to incorporate 4 room temperature eggs one at a time, and after you incorporate 1 egg, it has to whip in the mixture for 5 minutes before you can add the next egg. That is the trick. So it's going to take you 20 minutes just to get the eggs into this recipe. Here we go. Alright, I already baked off a crust before this all even got started. It's just my usual gluten-free butter crust. A stick of butter, 1.5 cups of flour, and some ice water until it comes together. And I'm just gonna pour, look at that. That's amazing. Now this doesn't bake, it just sets in the fridge for at least 2 hours. You might need a little bit more than that. It won't look this viscous at all once it's set. It's gonna be a nice solid pie, but creamy and fudgy and wonderful. Before we set this in the fridge, we're going to make a quick coconut milk whipped cream topping to make it look nice and pretty. You can use regular cream, of course, if you want to. I'm going to use coconut milk because that's what I have on hand, and it's going to look so pretty. So just set this aside for a second and we'll whip up some coconut milk whipped cream. Alright, I've rinsed out my bowl, rinsed off my whisk, and I've got some coconut milk that's been sitting in the fridge overnight so that all the fat has come to the top and solidified. And we're just going to add all that solid fat to our mixer. Look how weird that looks. Now we're going to set this in the fridge to chill for at least 2 hours, up to 4 overnight.